They asked me to be their guest VJ. I was very, very excited. They said I could have any guests on I wanted, so I thought of all these famous people. Then I discovered that I don't know anybody in New York. But I'll be this month's MTV guest VJ, Wednesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, right here, only on MTV Music Television. See you then. Hi, you're watching MTV Music Television, the world's only 24-hour-a-day music video channel in stereo. I'm Colin Hay of Men at Work, and I'll be your guest VJ for the next 60 minutes. I'll be showing you videos from Prince, from Peter Gabriel, and right here, this is Eurythmics. Isn't this exciting? Don't change, and before that was Eurythmics with Sweet Dreams. Are made of this. I remember Dave Stewart and Annie Lennox when they were in the Tourists, and they toured Australia as the Tourists a few years ago. And see, everybody comes to Australia. They did a little pub crawl over there. In Excess, they're from Australia too. They've been strutting their stuff for a number of years, and are going to be working with us in about 2 weeks' time across this country. I think Don't Change is a fabulous song. I'll be back to play some more videos for you right after this. They're a great little band called Red Skies, and ironically enough, they're very good to listen to while you're flying around the world. That was Prince with Little Red Corvette. What an incredible dancer, and he does all that himself, I believe, plays all those instruments. Before that, we had Tim Finn with Through the Years. Tim Finn is a singer with Split Enz, a band who originally hail from New Zealand, which is down that part of the world that people over here don't really know a lot about. It's pretty close to Australia, but not that close. And when they first came to Australia in the early 70s, they were a band that, Split Enz that is, were a band that I used to go and see quite a lot. And that's Tim Finn's first solo project. By the way, I'm Colin Hay from Men at Work, and I'm your guest VJ here on MTV. I'll be back to go with Mental as Anything, who are Australia's definitive band, right after this. It's me again, Colin. We're going into Mental as Anything with The Spirit Got Lost. Mental as Anything never ceased to come up with very exciting film clips, and it's suburban music at its very best. And before that, The Spirit Got Lost by close personal friends of mine, Mental as Anything. I'm Colin Hay from Men at Work, and MTV have been kind enough to give me a little bar to play with to remind me of one of my former occupations. And I have two of my friends here from the Red Rockers. Jim, have a banana daiquiri.
Thank you,
and
Colin.
Darren, you have a banana daiquiri, and I think I'll just have one too. I might join you just for the one.
It's for old time's sake.
Darren, you're going out with, Darren's a young man, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going out with Jacqueline Bissett. This is what I've heard anyway. And you go out with a niece, and you often go out with Greg Ham, who plays a saxophone in our band, and he's a very shabby man, is this right?
Yeah, he's, doesn't let us stay till after 12 o'clock at night, yeah.
But you do like girls?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
Jim, you're Irish.
That's right.
What brings you to America?
I came over here on vacation about 16 months ago, and I'm still here. I met up with these guys that kidnapped me.
What was the band called then?
It was called the Red Rockers. No, it was called Red Rockers.
So you joined the band was going?
Yeah, yeah, they were still going.
And you're called the Red Rockers, and you've got a single called China. You're not sort of a bit pink, are you?
No, what do you think, Jim?
No, we're not. It's,
tell us a bit about the band and the song, if you like, because I like the song.
The song is about a girl who is an American-born Chinese girl and dreams about her country going back, and if it's different to what she thinks it is, you know. And I don't know.
Well, perhaps at this point we should just have the little sip, and you can introduce your clip.
Okay, this is China, which you've heard and seen here on MTV, and let's go.
And I'll see you tonight.
Okay, we'll see you later on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Great song. And before that, the Red Rockers. I'd like to thank them for coming in and having a chat with me and a banana daiquiri. The Pretenders have been struck with tragedy over the last couple of years, but as can be seen from that last song, the songs keep coming. I'm just sitting here with my banana daiquiri and a little tropical background here, which is in keeping with our latest thing. Since I've been drinking this, I don't normally drink, and whenever I drink, I used to have a twitch, which I've gotten rid of now, which is very, you can't notice it at all, really. And I'll be back with more of my favourite videos as my guest VJ hour continues here on MTV right after this. Colin Hay from Men at Work. And the next thing we're going to show is Peter Gabriel, who used to play with Genesis but left years and years ago after Lamb Lies Down on Broadway to do his own thing, and has done so. He's been one of my idols over a period of years, and I find him quite exciting musically and lyrically, so have a look at and listen to Shock the Monkey. That was Divinals with Only Lonely, and before that we had XTC with Senses Working Overtime. That's a lovely little English folk rock air, or whatever it is. They're a great band. Divinals come from Australia. I'd like to give you a little musical geography lesson. Map. Here we have the whole of Australia, 80% desert. All across here is all desert. Are you with me? All across here, the little town over here called Perth, where there's a lot of people, but beyond this is really no man's land. It's hot and it's dry and it's sandy, but it's wonderful. And zoom in on Melbourne, thank you. Here we go down to Melbourne. Here we go. This is where all the people live. That's where I live, just there. See that little house? You can't see that house, but lots of people live in Melbourne. That's where I live. And all around here, when you're a band, this is called the Great Australian Trek, where you trek around here and you play for years and years and years, and you go between Melbourne and the next big musical centre, which is Sydney, which is coming up right now. Here it is, Sydney. And you go back and forth until you feel confident enough about capturing the Americas. Hi, I'm Colin Hay, and I'll be back to finish up my hour as guest VJ here on MTV in just a few moments. Big place, isn't it? Look at that. Huge. That was The Who with Baba Reilly. Terrific. What can you say about The Who that hasn't been said about 100 times before? I've got to go now, and I'm a bit sad, really. I've quite enjoyed it, and I was just getting into my stride. I'm going to turn things over to Mark Goodman now, who's going to take over, and I've enjoyed myself, and I'll see you sometime around. We're on a 7-month trek across your continent. Before that, we're going to go home, and after that, we're going to go home and check into a nice sanitarium somewhere. And but after I leave here, I'm just going to give a short shave and perhaps a short back and side. So, bye.